Well, here we are at courtside. We're about ready to give you the opening lineup. I think it's time. The starting lineup for Washington. Number 30 at forward, 5'7" junior, Nancy Roth. Number 31 at forward, 5'10" senior, Glenda Simmering. Number 32, the center, 5'10" senior, Linda Launer. Number 10 at guard, 5'3" sophomore, Tammy Brown. Number 40 at guard, 5'2" senior, Jane Grebner. And the coach of the Washington Panthers, Jan Smith. The reserves for Washington are Carson, Berry, Alieno, Schaefer, Mushbaugh, and Baird. For the Sterling Golden Warriors, number 23 at forward, 5'8" junior, Karen McKenzie. Number 42 at forward, 5'9" senior, Dawn Smith. Number 41, the center, 6'1" junior, Fran Smith. Number 21 at guard, 5'6" senior, March Harris. And number 33 at guard, 5'7" sophomore, Joe Lessman. The coach of the Sterling Golden Warriors, Sue Strong. Those reserves for Sterling: Geiger, Eshelman, Davis, Chapman, Ward, Ebersol, Unterzuber. And the officials for this ball game, Sharon Luftgehus and Paula von Gerichten. All right, Tom.
Thank you, Rick, and we're set to go for the big game, the one to decide the number 1 spot in girls basketball in the state of Illinois. Sterling, the Golden Girls, will be in the blue and gold with the gold top, the blue trunks, and Washington, the Panthers, in the orange trimmed in black. Set to go, Fran Smith to jump center against Linda Launer, and the tip controlled by Simmering of Washington. With the ball is Jane Grebner, and she really makes the Washington team go. Very patient on offense, deliberate in their style of play, in no big hurry.
That's been their trademark throughout the tournament, Tom, and I'm sure they'll stay that way tonight.
Simmering trying to get the shot away, back out to Grebner. Back out on top to number 10, that's Tammy Brown, and we've got a 3-second call. 3-second violation in the lane, ball on the turnover. Sterling coming out of the backcourt. And for Sterling, as they come up the floor, Jolene Lesson, Dawn Smith, in the middle to Fran Smith, 2-0 Sterling. Fran Smith at 6'1", has scored 27 points in 2 games. Glenda Simmering of Washington is the leading scorer coming into this game, averaging a little over 17 and a half. From the baseline, Roth, outstanding shooter. Rebound, Dawn Smith to Fran Smith. And Jolene Lesson brings it up the floor for Sterling as the Golden Girls lead 2-0. Dawn Smith had a fine semifinal game.
Well, they're not very hyped up, are they?
Boy. Dawn Smith scored 12 points this afternoon and helping her team to a 69-57 win over the team that eventually took 3rd place in the tournament, Frem. Tammy Brown, Jane Grebner to Brown, back out to Grebner. Crossing the corner to Simmering, leading scorer in the tournament. Over the rim, rebound McKenzie. 4-0. Sterling leads. They have the ball. High post to Fran Smith. To McKenzie into Smith. March Harris is shot short, and the rebound is off to Linda Launer. And now Jane Grebner, and Grebner brings it back up the floor. Grebner over on the right side to Tammy Brown. In the corner to Launer, and back out to Grebner, and over to Simmering, and back to Launer again. That breaks the ice. 4-2. And full court pressure put on by Washington now. And McKenzie in the backcourt over to Jolene Lesson. Down the floor to Dawn Smith. To Lesson. McKenzie had a standout game yesterday. Turned around by Fran Smith. No good. Traveling. I tell you, the enthusiasm generated by these fans and the outstanding basketball these girls have played, it truly is a shame that you just can't give them both the trophy that says number one, because either one would be a fine representative for girls basketball in this great state of Illinois. Shot rebounded by McKenzie, clears it up the middle to Lesson. All the way, rebound. 6-2 in favor of Sterling. I don't know if you can hear me, Ann, can you?
Just barely, Tom. It's really loud in here. It's great.
And you know, these people all didn't come from just the two schools either.
Oh, no.
We've got a lot of people here.
That's right.
They're all joining forces to yell for each other, the teams that are not in the tournament anymore, and those have been participating throughout.
Baseline shot, no good by Simmering. Rebound, McKenzie. She's been under that board, doing some outstanding work on the defensive board, loses it on the dribble.
Tammy Brown slapped it away.
She's very quick. She slapped away a bunch of balls in that afternoon game.
Jane Grebner. Deliberate. On the side, Nancy Roth, good outside shooter. Underneath, rebound, Fran Smith. To Mark Harris on the break.
Oops.
Tipped over and out of bounds. It'll go to Sterling. Mark Harris got just a little bit out of control. Hi, sport. What do you think of it? Isn't he something? He could care less. Mama's kind of interested. Fran Smith picks up a foul. Her first.
Double foul. Number 41.
Have a double foul.
Fran Smith, her first. Team's first. And number 32 of Washington.
And the other's on Linda Launer. So we'll bring the ball to midcourt and we'll have a center jump as the two centers each pick up a foul. 6-2 in favor of Sterling. They lead here in the early going. Dawn Smith gives it to Joe Lesson. McKenzie poked away, out of bounds. It'll go to Sterling. Grebner says that McKenzie touched it last.
That's the most emotion I've seen out of Jane Grebner.
Yes. Turnaround by Fran Smith. Got a friendly bounce, but not quite good enough. McKenzie traveling. No, got a jump ball.
Well, she turned around and ran right into the tummy of Linda Launer. She had no place to go.
And she and Linda will jump for possession. Circle to our right. Washington. Launer gets the tip for the Panthers. Jane Grebner shouting instructions to Simmering, who happens to be the leading scorer in the tournament. A little bit better than a 17-point per game average in two previous games. Launer from the side.
You know, she didn't score much this afternoon, and she never really showed us that two-hand chest shot.
That is she just gets it and kind of flips it up in one motion. She's got 4 points, and that's what Washington has. Sterling has 6. Lesson. Joe Lesson has 4. 8-4 in favor of Sterling. The championship game. In case you're wondering what all the noise and excitement is about. Illinois High School Girls Basketball Championship. What a great crowd. What a great tournament it's been. Roth missing. Rebound, Fran Smith. Foul underneath on Simmering.
Fran Smith. Boy, just a junior.
Get the tip out to Ross. She goes up with a nice jump shot, and as the rebound comes up, we get the foul by Simmering over the back of Fran Smith.
Linda Launer and Simmering are going to have their hands full trying to box out Fran Smith and keep her off that board. Either offensive or defensive end. Very tough. Mark Harris missing. Rebound is off. Simmering. Over to Grebner. Here comes Washington. 8-4 in favor of Sterling. And we've got 2:28 remaining here in the first period. For the championship. Launer gives the ball to Simmering. Back out to Grebner. Corner to Roth. Told you she could shoot from outside.
Yeah, you can't give her the open shot because sooner or later she'll hit it, Tom.
She's had 31 points in 2 games, 17 and 14. Dawn Smith. Basket will count. Foul will be called on Linda Launer.
By number 42, Dawn Smith. That was on Washington. Number 32, Linda Launer. Her second, team's third. On the line
10 to 6 in favor of Sterling, and Dawn Smith at the line, trying to increase the margin to 5 points. She has 4. Rebound underneath to Fran Smith. Tipped away out of bounds. It'll go to Sterling. Fran Smith is only a junior.
I wonder if she'll be a good college prospect, Dan.
There's any doubt about that.
I would think so. She's done an outstanding job under the boards, and there's a lot she can still be taught about shooting, but she's got the basic jump shot around the basket.
first, 4 on the team.
Foul on Tammy Graham.
There it is.
Turn around by Fran Smith.
She has good fundamentals. She just has to learn to look for the ball continually throughout 4 quarters.
That's right.
12 to 6 in favor of Sterling. Tammy Brown picked up the foul on Washington a moment ago. No free throw, just her first, and for the team, their 4th. In the corner, Grebner's pass nearly got away. Launer gives it back to Grebner. Washington trailing 12-6, minute 34 to go in the first period. And the pass for Roth. Brown throws it away. It's out of bounds. That may be a Centralia High School youngster. CHS could very well be one of the little people. Orphan Annies. What a fine team they have. Dawn Smith has got 6. 14 to 6.
She gets so excited when she scores.
She had 12 points this afternoon. She's got 6 already. She's having a very nice day.
March Harris was kind of quiet during this game, but I don't think that's going to last too long.
No.
She hasn't gotten that breakaway against this type of offense. She won't get as many breakaways as we've seen earlier in other games.
Here she
comes. Slapped away by Janie Grebner. Boy.
And out of bounds, it'll go to Washington.
Checking into the Washington lineup, number 14, Deirdre Berry.
Into the game, number 14 is Deirdre Berry, a 5'7" sophomore for Washington. And she replaces Tammy Brown. Sterling, you know, still unbeaten. Trying to become the first unbeaten team and set really a precedent in girls high school basketball. McKenzie been very tough on the defensive board. Joe Lesson runs down the loose basketball. Whoop! Well, you saw it like we did. Our camera sitting right there. She was in midair. I thought she kind of made it. 22 seconds, now 19 remaining here in the first quarter. 14 to 6, Sterling. Whistle, foul underneath on McKenzie. Her first, and the second team foul against Sterling.
We've got Grebner coming up the middle to set up the offense. She passes over on the side. We get a shot up from the wing, and on that rebound, McKenzie's trying to find some room against the taller Washington players and backed into them.
Tried to get the rebound on the shot by Berry, and a hand in the back and a push-off. From the side, Roth, rebound McKenzie. There's the horn, and the end of the first quarter. And the score, Sterling, 14, Washington, 6.
Okay, Sue. Good luck with your exams.
Thanks, Daddy. Let me talk to Richie, okay? Hi, Klutz. Hi, weirdo. How's Cindy Boric? I hate Cindy Boric. That's not what I heard.
Keep in touch by long distance. By dialing direct and calling after 5 p.m. weekdays, you can save up to 35%.
Well, anyway, say goodbye to Mom and Dad. And Richie, I miss you. I miss you, too. Klutz.
Evening long distance, one of the few real bargains left.
It's the Bobby Vinton Show. Join Bobby Vinton, that dynamic entertainer, with some of the greatest guest stars in show business. This week, Bobby welcomes Ruth Buzzy to the Bobby Vinton Show tomorrow night at 8:30 here on WGN Television 9.
So there you are with the Golden Girls of Sterling, who shot 54% in that first quarter, while their opposite numbers from Washington could make 23% of their shots from the field. Sterling, unbeaten, 20-0. They defeated Fenger in the opening game, semifinal victor over Frem, and here they are now playing Washington, who advanced past Mattoon and advanced past Centralia to get to this championship encounter. Joe Lesson down the side for Mark Harris, and she loses it out of bounds. Jane Grebner for Washington. Second quarter just underway. That's Berry in the corner. Back out to Grebner. Berry. Now Berry has just come into the ball game. There's Roth. Rebound McKenzie. Boy, she has had excellent position under their coach against the taller young lady Simmering. She has really had her boxed out.
She's very aware of where she's got to be to pick up those defensive rebounds against the taller Washington players.
Mark Harris rebounds, throws it over the rim. A whistle and a foul will be called. It's going to be against Washington's Nancy Roth.
Foul is on Washington, number 30, Nancy Roth. Reverse, 5 on.
Mark Harris looks like she is so up for this game, she might be just a bit too much up. She's had the ball over the rim a couple of times, probably too strong.
That's right.
Really pumped up for this one. Dawn Smith at the line has 6 points. 15-6.
That Dawn Smith is her own best cheerleader, you know, and I like that. Oops, there goes some. If she makes this, she's going to give you the double fist. Up.
Rebound is off and grabbed by Linda Launer. 15-6 in favor of Sterling. Jane Grebner of Washington with the ball. Yeah, Rick.
I started to say, they've got it. Roth has got about 3 open shots from that side along the baseline, and that's the key to their offense, she and Simmering, and she's just got to hit a couple, because otherwise they're not going to be able to put any points on the board. She's an excellent shooter, as you pointed out.
She just hasn't had much luck yet. There's Grebner just missing. Rebound, Roth loses it, and Berry picks it up. I've got to believe Berry's a pretty good shot.
Yeah,
she came into the game shooting.
Right.
And she hasn't hit anything yet, but she's put the ball up a couple of times. High for the rebound, Fran Smith, and a foul will be called underneath on either Simmering or Linda Launer. We'll wait and see. Launer has 2.
And we really haven't seen that much of her in this tournament. You know, Tammy Brown has usually played in that position, but I have a feeling the coach thought we've got to hit some from outside the perimeter to shake them up a little.
Well, both Simmering now and Launer have 2 fouls apiece, and here's Fran Smith. Fran had 22 points this afternoon. She has 4 now, and coming into this contest, she was ranked 4th in the scoring with 27 points. Incidentally, Danelle Dans of Frem finished with 43 points, averaging 14 and a half a game, which is a very fine tournament. 16-6 in favor of Sterling.
Tell you, Tom, I really like the way this Fran Smith plays basketball. She's got a tremendous attitude, too. I've been watching her throughout the tournament.
Rebound, McKenzie couldn't hang on, picked up by Nancy Roth. 16-6 Sterling. I'd be less than candid with you if I didn't say that Washington has got to get a couple of hoops here to keep this game close. There's Berry. She hasn't hit anything but the floor with that. And she come off the bench shooting, and she hasn't done well yet. This Washington team may be just a little tight.
I think they're going to bring Tammy Brown back in.
Joe Lessman comes out of the backcourt for Sterling. A rather comfortable 16-6 lead now. McKenzie. Mark Harris nearly lost it. Back to McKenzie. Into Fran Smith. Harris in the corner. Back out to McKenzie. That's quite a trio. And you toss in the young sophomore Lessman, and they've got a basketball team. Ooh. Dawn Smith, who has 7 points, nearly had 2 more. Jane Grebner. Grebner working that ball over to Roth. There you are. 16-8. Roth has hit 2 now from outside. Here comes March Harris against some full court pressure. 3-on-1. Dawn Smith.
Dawn Smith was so sure that was going to go in, she was already ready to play defense.
But I'll tell you, they had to be 8-5 with 3-on-1, and Dawn Smith and Fran Smith, the two down there underneath the basket. They came up empty. Here's Roth again. Rebound underneath Dawn Smith. Over to Fran Smith. Down the floor to Jolene Lessman. Under to March Harris. From the side. Whistle and a foul will be called on Roth. March Harris.
Here we got that fine alley by Fran Smith. Lessman's taking down the left side. She sees Harris, draws him. Harris just took one extra dribble. If she'd gone right through, she'd have made it.
At halftime, we're going to be interviewing some parents, boyfriends, immediate family members of the championship players. It'll be interesting, we think, to find out how these vitally involved fans feel about the game, so we'd like to have you join us. Here's March Harris at the line.
Well, probably, they took Nancy Roth out, brought in Bettina Schaefer. Give them a little more height, but of course they're losing some scoring punch without Nancy.
Yes. Roth is
she in foul trouble?
No. Well, she has 2.
Just 2.
(17-8) in favor of Sterling. Schaefer has scored 6 points in the 2 games, and Roth has scored 31. So indeed, there's a discrepancy there in total offense. Tammy Brown with the ball. March Harris trying to steal it away.
She's going to have a heck of a time getting around Janie Grebner and getting that ball because she knows how to protect it.
In the corner, Launer, back out, jump shot. Back up and in by Schaefer.
She's been a pleasant surprise for Washington today. That's 6 points for her.
17-10, Sterling leads. On the break, McKenzie, and a foul on Launer, and that's her 3rd. We've got 4:12 to go in the first half.
32, Linda Launer, her 3rd. On the line for Sterling, Karen McKenzie shooting.
Here's Karen McKenzie, who was just brilliant in the opening round yesterday with 20 points, had only 2 this afternoon. Rebound, Fran Smith. Rebound grabbed by Launer. 17-10. Washington trailing. The Panthers have the ball. Grebner in the corner, batted away. It'll be out of bounds, Washington. Jane Grebner with the ball, glances up at the scoreboard. It shows her team is down by 7. Just a shade under 4 minutes to go in the half. The championship of girls basketball in the state of Illinois, waiting for one of these teams. Got a foul call on March Harris, I believe. We'll wait and see. That'll be it, March Harris. Jan Smith with some apprehension, little trepidation over there, I'm sure, wondering just what's going to happen. Trying to think of a way to combat this taller and obviously talented Sterling Ball Club. Their team down by 7. Grebner, Launer, Grebner, Launer. Back out to Tammy Brown. Very deliberate. Batted away in the steal. Up with the ball, Fran Smith. And a foul is going to be called on Schaefer, I believe.
Here we see Fran Smith trying to find somebody open, but protect the ball at the same time, and she's moving around. Bettina Schaefer just reached in, trying to take it from her.
On the line for Sterling.
Fran Smith at the line.
Shooting 1-1.
Smith has 5 points. Bonus in effect, 1-1. 6'1" junior. Had 22 points this afternoon.
A pretty good free throw shooter, too.
Yeah, it was really nice form on her shot, too. Good follow through.
Some of these girls perhaps should be a percentage to foul because some of them haven't gotten the free throw down, but I'll tell you, this whole tournament, she's been right on target.
7 for Fran Smith. 19-10. Sterling leads. 3:17 to go. Can they run their string to 21? Can they become the only unbeaten team ever to win it all? Mark Harris. Oh, down hard. Rebound. Lessman puts it up. Foul on the play. We'll see about the basket.
March Harris is hurt.
Harris went down hard. Her teammates around her.
Well, she popped the back of her head on the floor after she fell.
Bettina Schaefer, her second. The basket.
May just have a little knot back there. We'll have to wait and see. But she did strike the back of her head on the floor when she hit.
Here we've got the fast break with Harris going up for it. She tries to reverse it, and as she does so, loses her balance. And Kane, boy, she really hit hard when she landed. These trainers here at Illinois State University, there's one assigned to each of the teams here on the benches, and they've really done a super job taking care of the kids.
She's up, being helped up.
She's a little dizzy. She says she's okay.
She'll probably have to tie her hands to keep her from playing in the ball game.
That's right.
I don't know. Sue Strong is taking her over. I think she'll give her a little breather.
Well, there's only 3 minutes to halftime. They might be wise to have her set out this time and then come back in the third quarter.
21-10. Lessman got the bucket.
No, she's going to stay in.
Just stay in. And Lessman is at the line.
Joe Lessman.
Jolene Lessman is just a sophomore. She has 7 points, 22-10. Sterling, 3 minutes remaining in the first half. And Jane Grebner with the ball for Washington. Linda Launer, Grebner, Bettina Schaefer.
Well, that March Harris was all over the place.
And Jolene Lessman steals it away.
I like the way the Sterling team's always looking for that outlet pass as soon as they get that rebound or the steal.
Don Smith, Lessman in the lane, battling for the rebound, and girls go tumbling about. And a foul will be called on Lessman.
We've got Lessman taking up the center, takes her jump shot, and as the blockout occurs, Lessman comes back to rebound her own ball, and I think Fran Smith went down, and everyone just kind of tripped on her feet and went down on top of her.
Looked like dominoes.
Number 30.
Except it hurts more.
I don't know. Never been a domino.
On the line for Sterling, Joe Lessman shooting 1 and 1.
If I'm not mistaken, they call that foul on Simmering. It could be her third. Lessman missing the free throw. Grebner has the ball for Washington, 22-10. Sterling leads. Mark Harris for the steal. Back out to McKenzie. In the lane, 3 seconds.
Joe Lessman thought she was going to get that pass, and she was waiting for it and didn't quite get it.
Onto the backcourt. Grebner with the ball. 2:05 remaining in the first half. Tammy Brown. Nancy Roth. Fran Smith goes down as Roth shoots. Rebound underneath Simmering. That's her first basket. 22-12. She's the leading scorer in the tournament coming into this game, so somebody's done a remarkably good defensive job on her. Traveling. Carrying the ball over. Ball out of bounds to Washington. Jane Grebner walks it out of the backcourt. 22-12. Sterling leads by 10, a minute 30 to go in the half.
March Harris is so quick.
Got a hand on the ball all the time, hasn't she? Look at it. Batted it away again.
If she's anywhere around, it's not really safe to pass.
We're watching the coach on the Washington bench, and she's feeling about the same way we are. Like, what do we have to do to get past her?
In the middle to Simmering, in a crowd, and back out to Grebner.
That's her shot. She got fouled, but didn't get called.
Foul will be called on McKenzie.
Hit her on the arm.
For McKenzie, her second.
Her second. Score on the team.
Let's take another look at it. Grebner down to Roth, and as she goes up, you can see her get raked on the arm.
At the free throw line will be Nancy Roth, who has 4 points.
Nancy Roth shooting 2.
Nancy Roth is a junior, 5'7", has scored 31 points in 2 games. (22-13). Sterling leads. McKenzie with the ball. Back out to Lessman. Dawn Smith. McKenzie. Mark Harris Simmering can't save it. And Mark Harris will inbound the ball for Sterling. 57 seconds to go in the half. Fran Smith. Back out to Lessman. McKenzie. Dawn Smith underneath, jump ball. Dawn Smith and Nancy Roth. Tip is controlled by Dawn Smith, and Lessman comes up with the ball for Sterling. Pass down the side to Dawn Smith. She's got 9 points. 24-13 in favor of Sterling. Trying to make it 21-0 and the state championship with it. Unbeaten. Joe Lessman, quick hands. Alert on defense. Nancy Roth shooting. Good touch. Foul will be called on Lessman.
Blocking from
There it is again. She goes up, hits on the arm, and scores. That's her shot, Tom. And this is a very persistent Washington team. You know, just when it looks like you've got them out of it, they keep coming back.
Oh, yes.
We've seen it happen before in this tournament with this ball club.
They're like some four-footed friends of yours that are always there or thereabouts. You know what I mean?
Well, you get money for show.
Roth gets the free throw. 3-point play. 24-16 now, an 8-point lead for Sterling. They've been in front by 9. They've been in front by 11, by 12. 12 seconds remaining here in the half. Ball poked out of the hands of McKenzie. Out of bounds to Sterling. They lead by 8. McKenzie takes the pass. Shot from the side. Rebound, Dawn Smith. 26-16, there's the buzzer. Been a good first half. And the unbeaten Sterling Golden Girls are leading by 10 over Washington. And here's Rick Talley.
All right, Tom, thank you. As you can see, 26-16, what seems like a safe lead, but certainly, believe me, it can't be a safe lead. I think Sterling was favored when they came into this ball game. I would have made them the favorite. They've got very good balance, and in this game today, we've had excellent play from tonight from March Harris and Dawn Smith and Joe Lessman, but I think Roth started a little cold for Washington, missed those shots early, came back and got into stride, got a couple of late baskets. I think Akia Simmering has scored only 2 points. So it's 26-16 at half, and let's go back now to Tournament Central.
Thank you, Rick. When we return, we'll have a summary for you on the first half, and that will be followed by the interviews we promised. Coverage of the Illinois High School Association Girls Basketball Tournament will continue after this.
If you're tired of going around in circles, call your Illinois Bell service representative about touch-tone service and ask about our touch-tone package deal. You won't have to go round and round just to make a call.
Hee-haw! salutes Hee Haw. Population, the whole Hee Haw gang. Plus the biggest guest stars in country music. Millions of the same faithful viewers and dozens of the same faithful jokes. Not to mention 2 hound dogs. And Buck Owen. And Roy Clark. And a partridge in a pear tree. Salute!
Don't miss the country corn of Hee Haw tomorrow night at 7:30 here on WGN Television 9.
The Golden Girls of Sterling trying to make it a perfect season, and I mean a perfect season, unbeaten with the state trophy as being number 1. Lead at halftime, 26-16 in this championship game over a game, but down by 10 points, Washington Club. And strangely enough, some of the big guns on this Sterling Ball Club really haven't done much in the way of scoring in this first half. Karen McKenzie hasn't scored, and we saw her get 20 yesterday afternoon. And March Harris only has 1 point. Fran Smith has 7. But the high point honors go to Dawn Smith, who's got 11 points in the first half for Sterling. 7 points for Joe Lessman, 1 for March Harris, a total of 7 for Fran Smith, McKenzie with none, Dawn Smith with 11. For the Washington basketball team, Nancy Roth has 8 points to lead her fellow members, 2 points for Glenda Simmering, 4 points for Linda Launer, and 2 for Bettina Schaefer. Linda Launer and Glenda Simmering have another statistic that really doesn't please Coach Jan Smith all that much. Each of those 2 girls has saddled with 3 personal fouls. On the other side of the ledger, only Karen McKenzie in double figures in that regard. She has 2 personal fouls. Fran Smith, March Harris, and Joe Lessman have 1 each. Aside from Simmering with 3, Roth has 2, Brown has 1, and Bettina Schaefer has 2. Was 14-6 at the end of the first quarter. It's 26-16, and Sterling leads here at the half. And now, here's Rich Talley.
Both of them are mothers of players in this championship game tonight. On my immediate left is Mrs. Dora Smith of Sterling. She's the wife of Leslie Smith, and her son, Dawn, is a starter. Well, she puts her fist up and shakes her fist every time she scores a basket.
Yeah, why not?
She doesn't need a cheerleader.
No.
And on my far left is Mrs. Deneen Simmering. Of course, her daughter, Glenda, is starting forward for Washington High School. And how do you feel about this whole thing of girls basketball?
Well, I'm a little numb, but I'm glad the girls are getting some recognition at last.
Expand on that a little bit.
Well, just look at your newspaper. Who do you see? Boys. And the girls are just as good.
I think a lot of people feel that way that are here tonight. Do you feel the same way?
Yes, I do. They didn't believe that the girls could play this well. And now they've proved that they can play just as well as the boys. And I think even better.
I figured you'd say that.
Why not?
Well, now you have organized a fan cheering section and got other mothers to back the team. Was that a problem? Did you have any trouble getting support for this Sterling team?
Heavens no. Our mothers of the girls have all bought shirts. We have our daughter's number on it. We started this last year. So number 42 is my daughter.
Okay. How's the response been in Washington now? It's very close to now.
It's been growing. It's really good now. It's getting better.
Do you anticipate? I noticed that you have a son, Jay, who's a junior at Washington, and a son, John, at Eastern University. But you have a daughter, Lisa, who's only 12. Do you think she's going to be a basketball player?
Basketball or volleyball or track. She's into all of them.
Well, ladies, it's certainly nice talking to you, and I would like to wish both of you could take home a championship daughter, but I don't care. I know how you feel. It's really been a great experience for both of you.
Whether they get first or second, we're proud of them.
I agree with that.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Now, we'll have some more fans backing both teams, and here's Tom Kelly.
Thank you, Rick. Got a gentleman to talk with now. The fellow on my right is Randy Albert. He's dating the Sterling forward, Karen McKenzie, and Dave Parks on my left here is from Washington, and he goes with their very pretty forward, Nancy Roth. Let me say this to you two fellas. You certainly know how to pick good-looking girls and very fine basketball players. Randy, Karen hasn't got any points, though, this half. She had a good game yesterday.
Well, I don't know.
She can't score all the time.
Yeah, it's a law of averages. You got to do good one day and bad the next.
What do you think about this first half?
Sterling's rolling. They're great.
Think they're going to win it?
You bet.
What do you think about that, Dave? Things a little tough for Washington so far.
We'll come back. We'll beat them.
Nancy's doing a good job. She's got 8 points.
Yeah, well, I think she'll get some more yet. And the rest of them, they'll pull together.
You know, they're a tough basketball team. I kind of agree with you that they really aren't out with it because they're always thereabouts, and if you aren't careful, they're going to sneak up and beat you, though they're down by 10 points right now at the half. You play a little football, a little track yourself?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Football.
What do you play football?
Split end.
Split end, huh? What kind of a team Washington have?
Well, we had so-so this year. Next year, we're going to go to state.
Next year you're going to state?
Yeah.
How about all the way? How about you, Randy? You look like you play a little football.
Yeah.
I would say Sterling football, 110%. Is that what the coach says you got to give?
Well, if you play good in the game, you get a shirt. And
that's good enough. What do you play?
Center and linebacker.
Good enough. You're big enough to do that. What kind of a year did you have?
We just were 6-5. We choked. We could have done better, but we choked.
Got a lot of guys back from last year's team?
A few good ones.
Nucleus, pretty good ball club, huh?
You bet.
What do you think of girls' sports? Do you like it? Say yes.
Yes. Yeah, I love it.
Okay, good. You bet they do. Thanks, fellas. Good luck to you. I hope the game turns out the way you want it. And now here's Ann Penstone.
Thank you, gentlemen. In just a couple of minutes, the second half of the championship game will be getting underway. And that means we must all be getting back to courtside to bring you the action. Our coverage will continue right after this.
Save on True Test paint during the interior paint sale at participating True Value hardware stores. True Test Easy Care Latex Flat Enamel, the wash and wear paint that's perfect for walls and woodwork, is only $8.97 a gallon. Satin Hue Flat Latex and easy to apply, rich flat finish is only $7.97 a gallon. True Test Marble Luster, a durable finish, ideal for kitchen, bath, or woodwork, is sale priced at only $8.97 a gallon, now at participating True Value hardware stores.
And now, class, your grades. Miss Baxter, I just want to say thanks for all you've done.
Hey, fellow students, can't you see? Learning only comes with originality. Dr. Pepper.
What's so original about a cola?
It's not a cola, it's much, much more.
Remarkable taste.
Drink Dr. Pepper. It's the most original soft drink there in the whole wide world.
A for originality, D in everything else.
Dr. Pepper.
All right, we're back at courtside at Horton Fieldhouse at Illinois State University. Sterling 26, Washington 16, and this is the state championship for girls. A few statistics we have unofficially. In that first half, Sterling hit 38% en route to that 10-point lead, but Washington really off to a cold start, hit 30%, and I think probably the key here is Nancy Roth, who started cold from the outside end, but yet she finished 3 for 11 from the field and simmering 1 for 5. Now, these are their two leading scorers. In fact, the two leading scorers in the tournament hit 4 for 16 the first half.
It's really been a problem for them. Nancy Roth is an excellent ball player. She has been cold, as has Glenda Simmering, but I think the key really has been the fact that this very quick Sterling team defensively, Washington actually only has one girl who can shoot a jump shot, and it makes it very difficult to get it off. They're taking set shots, and Sterling just isn't getting them time to get them off.
That's right, and they've got their hands in their face, and they've got March Harris breaking through those passing lanes, deflecting passes, and J.D. Grebner is doing what she can, but I'll tell you, it's going to be a tough job.
Before the second half gets underway, we'd like to show you the trophy that these two teams are battling for.
This is the first place trophy symbolizing best in state for the first Illinois High School Association Girls Basketball Tournament. The winners of this game will take it home with them. Be sure to stay tuned to see the champions receive their prize.
So there it is, the trophy that the winner will take home. That'll symbolize their number one in the state of Illinois. The best. An historic event, you know, the very first. These young ladies will look back and be able to tell their children and their grandchildren and what have you.
Well, I've just talked to a couple of proud mothers. I don't know whether you caught part of the interview, Tom, but boy, they were proud of the fact that their girls were in this tournament and the fact that there was a tournament for girls.
Yeah, I can believe it. That's tremendous. You know, 2 weeks ago, I had the privilege of talking to that Hebron team of 1952.
I remember it well.
And Schultz, and you know, I get a real kick out of that. What a memorable day that had to be for them. And here they are 25 years later, and they're the most famous five in all of Illinois boys basketball. Everybody remembers Hebron. Jane Grebner, 26-18.
That was on number 24.
That's her first basket from the outside, certainly. In fact, I think her first basket of the game.
First on the team, the basket is good.
Foul was called on number 24, but I don't see a number 24 on the floor.
There's some confusion.
They've decided to call it number 23, Karen McKenzie.
Well, they were only one off. That's not bad.
Basket was good.
So the basket
must have been away from the shot, Tom.
It had to be, yes, because if it was Grebner that was fouled, she ought to be at the free throw line. Washington has the ball. They're down 26-18, and we've just started the third period. But it was a treat to see those 5 men, and really a shame that their great coach, Lester Hearn, had passed away and unable to be there.
And only recently, I think, last year.
Just last fall. But truly a memorable moment, speaking about it, and these young people here, I'm sure, will have many a thrill looking back once this tournament has come and gone as the years go on. Turnover gives the ball to Sterling, and Mark Harris comes in, and Amy Eshelman goes to the bench. And Sterling has the ball and the lead of 26-18. Leshman to Don Smith. Had a great tournament so far. Rebound to Tammy Brown. Grebner.
That was Don Smith's mother I talked to, and she's organized all the mothers, and they're all wearing shirts with their daughter's numbers on them.
Well, I talked to Martha Leshman today. Her daughter, of course, is Jolene Leshman. She was so proud she could hardly talk. Jump shot by Nancy Roth.
Now, all of a sudden, we've got a 6-point ball game.
Indeed. And this Washington team, down by 6 now. They've been down by as many as 12. McKenzie. 28-20. Sterling back on top by 8. Sterling unbeaten, 20-0. On Washington, 18-3. Grebner.
He is very good on that set shot from the top of the key.
28-22, 6-point lead for Sterling. Leshman gives it over to Smith. Back out to Leshman. In the lane. Rebound, Leshman.
Look at that little sophomore.
30-22. Her mother told me she first learned her basketball. She had to retrieve all the missed shots from her brothers out in the backyard.
That's about the only way girls have had to learn, isn't it, Ann, up until the last year or so?
Basically, that's probably true.
In the middle, simmering, missing. Rebound grabbed by Tammy Brown. I tell you, this tournament will change a few things.
Just the exposure, showing the girls what can happen, and those young girls are going to want to be in this type of action.
Grebner in the corner to Brown. To Grebner.
Of course she's cool.
30-22. Sterling leads. Whistle and a foul will be called. It'll be on Leshman.
Joe Leshman wanted to get out to Tammy Brown, who had the ball out there, and she tried to go Nancy Ross to do it.
2 on the team.
Leshman gets her second foul. Inbound pass to Grebner. Tammy Brown back to Grebner. Tammy Brown. Mark Harris bats it away. Tammy Brown runs it down on her knees. Double dribble called against Nancy Roth. There's Sue Strong coaching the Sterling team. 20-0, unbeaten. They had to go to an overtime to win their opening game. Mark Harris.
That's how you want a center to come down from the high post.
Mark Harris gets her first field goal of the evening.
Now, that was Smith. March headed into her, yeah. Fran Smith just took a big sweeping move with that shot. Well, they really kept simmering out, haven't they?
McKenzie, I guess.
They're forcing her to take the jumper, and that's not her best shot.
Mark Harris in the corner gives it to McKenzie, to Leshman, Don Smith. Rebound, Fran Smith. We got a jump ball.
Checking into the Washington lineup, number
Here's Bettina Schaefer coming in, and Tammy Brown goes out. And it's obvious that Jan Smith needs a little help on the defensive and offensive boards, and so Miss Schaefer, who's 5'11", is in. Fran Smith tips it, but Jane Grebner grabs the ball. 10-point lead for Sterling with 3:53 to go in the third period of this title game. Grebner in the corner to Nancy Roth.
There's the jump shooter.
12 points for Roth, 32-24. What a nice shot. Nancy Roth came into this game as the number 2 scorer with 31 points, and she's already picked up 12 more. Traveling, ball out of bounds to Washington.
You know, Nancy Roth is not only doing a very good job offensively, but she's playing both guard and forward, depending on whether Bettina Schaefer's in or not, and Tammy Brown is out.
She's a very aggressive player.
And she's only a junior, 5'7". Simmering, back to Roth. Mark Harris nearly thefted that ball away.
She causes more problems.
Roth again. Rebound to Launer. 32-26. Washington is fighting its way back. They're down by 6 points. Sterling with the ball and a 6-point lead. They've led since the start. Their lead at one time, 12 points. McKenzie. Rebound. Schaefer. Grebner brings it up the floor for the ever-patient Washington team. Boy, and now their fans up and cheering.
She's
Roth in the corner. 32-28, and Sterling is asking for a timeout. The score, Sterling 32, Washington 28.
Save now on True Test paint during the interior paint sale at participating True Value hardware stores. True Test Select Latex Flat Wall Finish is only $4.97 a gallon. It combines easy application with real economy. And our brightest, whitest suede tone finish, True Test Latex Sealing White, is only $4.97 a gallon. True Test Select Latex Redwood Stain that seals and colors with true redwood color, only $2.99 a gallon. Now at participating True Value hardware stores.
All right, you're looking into the Sterling huddle. That's Sue Strong talking to Joe Lessman. And they're starting 5. Dawn Smith, number 42. That's Jim McKenzie, the man in there. That's his daughter, Karen McKenzie. Former coach, and called back and asked to help out. And volunteered his services with the girls' team, and he's helping out Sue Strong.
I believe he got out of boys coaching because of getting a case of ulcers, and now he's going to have to come back and help the girls. I don't think this is going to help him
I
any.
don't think so at all. Particularly with his daughter on the team.
Karen McKenzie with the ball. Back out to Joe Lessman. Sterling leads by 4. Dawn Smith to McKenzie. Offensive foul on McKenzie, and that is her 4th. We've got 2 minutes remaining in this, the third period. 32-28 in favor of Sterling. Amy Eshelman will be in, replacing McKenzie in a moment. Nancy Roth. Grebner, Roth.
The crowd wants Grebner to take that shot from the top, and I can't help but agree with him.
Boy, she's patient. Got to drive the defense crazy.
I'll tell you, it may be one before they shoot, but it's going to be a good one.
And now they're going to move Roth to the other side. There it's up.
Rebound by Simmering.
Good offensive rebound position by Glenda Simmering.
Big basket. The crowd is wild here at Horton Fieldhouse. 32-30. Sterling still leading, but only by 2. The Golden Girls need a hoop. Leshman, McKenzie, and a foul. Waiting across the way, Amy Eshelman wanting to come into the ball game to replace McKenzie, and here she comes.
You know, just another example of Jane Grebner's savvy on the court. She's very aware of Leshman being a lefty. She's been forcing her to her right all the time tonight. It's been hard for Leshman to get in the side and penetrate.
Dawn Smith in the middle. Fran Smith.
That looked like it was diagrammed in the book.
34-30. Sterling back on top by 4 with the 40 seconds remaining here in the third period. You know, I'll bet Doug Collins didn't cause as much noise here. 11 seconds. 6 now, 5. 2 seconds. Foul on Leshman. Hold everything. A foul on Joe Leshman. And we're going to have Nancy Roth at the free throw line to shoot a pair. So we're going to have to wait a moment on that third period ending. Right now it's 34-30, and this young lady, who has 14 points, can bring her team to within 2 points of Sterling. Got another one coming.
You know, her teammates don't need to be out there, but they're going to help any way
They're
they
just out
can.
there to
They're
help
gonna
her.
stay there.
They're talking to her. Oh,
In and out. The end of the third quarter. Sterling 34, Washington 30.
Each year, Illinois Bell prints millions of phone directories, and most telephone numbers are listed in them. So most of the $55 million or so that's spent on calls to directory assistance in a year is wasted. And this cost is passed along to Bell customers. If you can't find a number, or you're unable to use the directory, then call directory assistance. But remember, when you look up a number yourself, you help hold down the cost of phone service.
Channel 9, home of your favorite sports and the 1977 Cubs.
Baseball is more than a game. It's great moments and new places. It's great feelings and new faces together. Now for baseball.
The 1977 Cubs spring into action Thursday, April 7th here on WGN Television 9, home of the Chicago Cubs.
Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification.
This is WGN TV Chicago Television 9.
There's the happy, smiling people of Illinois. And they love this basketball tournament. The fourth quarter, a 4-point game. The tip belongs to Washington. Jane Grebner with the ball. Tammy Brown is in. Nancy Roth, Linda Launer, and Bettina Schaefer. For Sterling, leading by 4, March Harris, who just stole the ball away, caused the interception. Fran Davis, Joe Leshman with the ball. Amy Eshelman and Dawn Smith. Leshman in the lane. And a foul will be called. It's going to be on Leshman.
Okay, here we go. Leshman with the ball. Tammy Brown tries for the steal. Leshman goes up for the shot. She comes down right into Jane Grebner after the shot. Definite charging call.
You know, I knew Grebner did a lot, but she's even out there sweeping up the floor for him.
That is the 4th foul on Joe Leshman. She's in trouble. Karen McKenzie has 4.
I think she was just telling Tammy Brown that she lost her breath for a minute after that foul.
James Grubner at the line shooting a 1-and-1. Grubner has 4 points. Rebound, Rock. Fran Harris rebounds.
Boy, I thought that ball was in the basket.
Well, I tell you, Washington has missed the free throw line now. 2 and 3 now straight. And it could have been a four chances. Timeout. The score, Sterling 34, Washington 30.
Here he comes. Isn't he cute?
37 and Washington 32. We'd like to remind all our viewers that the sponsors are glad to be able to bring you these tournament games on television, and frankly would like to hear from you about our coverage. We're sure that your thoughts and comments will prove very helpful in the future. Drop us a card or a letter. Write to Basketball Box 95, Chicago, Illinois 60690. Basketball Box 95, Chicago 60690. And now here's a look at the championship trophy.
Here it is, the symbol of best in state. It's the prize the champions will take home with them. Immediately following the conclusion of the game, we'll be covering the trophy presentations. Also, we hope to bring you interviews with the winning team members, so be sure to stay with us.
Well, we've got 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining, and we'll have Simmering at the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
No, I really got to hand it to this Washington team, Tom. They've been behind most of the game, and there's only 4 minutes left. But there isn't anything that's going to deter them from keeping their patient offense.
They have controlled the tempo. Simmering is shooting 2. Shooting 2. Fouled in the act of shooting by Fran Smith. This girl came into this game as the leading scorer in the tournament with 35 points. She has only 5 so far tonight, but she may never make any better or bigger than these. 37-34, 3-point lead. Sterling. Leshman with the ball at midcourt. Fran Smith to Mark Harris. (39-34), and you have to admire the courage and the guts and the ability of these teams.
Boy, you really do, you know. I tell you, I'm starting to feel sad for whoever loses, and I don't know who it's going to be, because that's the way they've played this game tonight.
Both these teams have been just tremendous. They really look good.
You look at the benches and
most of all, they're playing with their hearts, and that's probably the most important thing.
Underneath, Mark Harris.
What a feed from Joe Eshelman.
Quite suddenly, Mark Harris has scored 2 quick field goals and has taken the Sterling team from a 3-point lead to a 7-point advantage. 3:37 to go.
Well, she came out of nowhere to get those 4
Didn't
points.
she? Grubner with the ball over to Simmering. In the corner to Tammy Brown. Rebound, we got a jump ball. Glenda Simmering and Fran Smith in the tip, controlled by Sterling, and a whistle on the play.
Foul on Fran Smith.
That was on Sterling, number 41.
Her third.
Her third. On the line.
Simmering at the line. Excellent shooter, Simmering.
Shooting 1-1.
She had made 3 of 6 at the free throw line, and now she's made 2. 1 of 2 a moment ago, so she'd be about 4 for 8. Oh, she made both of them. All right. 5 for 8. Missing. Rebound.
Launer.
Foul called on Linda Launer, and that's her 4th.
Washington
Who got the free throw by Glenda Simmering? It's up and off the front of the rim, and Launer reaches over top of Fran Smith and draws the foul.
So Fran Smith, who has a total of 11 points, is at the line.
Fran Smith shooting 1 and 1.
She's made 3 out of 4 at the free throw line. Boy, she's a cool customer. Inside, her stomach is probably going 90 miles an hour.
For sure. But I don't know, I tell you. I love the way she shoots a free throw. Missed that one. Put the jinx on her.
42-34. Sterling leads. Grubner with the ball for Washington. Traveling. 3:14 to go in the ball game. Costly turnovers now. Washington really can't afford to make any mistakes against this Sterling club from here on out. They're down by 8. Sterling has never been behind. Foul on Grubner.
On the line for Sterling, McKenzie shooting 1 and 1.
Here's McKenzie at the line to shoot the 1 and 1. Four points for McKenzie. 43-34. 44-34. 3:05 to go. Sterling by 10. Tammy Brown saved by Launer. Over to Roth. To Grubner. Launer. Rebound McKenzie. Out of bounds. Saved, but into the hands of March Harris. Sterling with the ball. They lead by 10. 2:39 to go. Don Davis to Joe Leishman. To Davis. To Leishman. McKenzie. March Harris at the baseline. Rebound, Dawn Smith. 46-34, Sterling. Nancy Roth with the ball. Grubner shooting, hitting. The margin is 10 again. Sterling on top. Leishman with the ball. Pass, batted away. March Harris is there.
Out of nowhere.
She is explosive.
March steals it again. Offensive foul. Good call.
She and Grubner realized she couldn't stop her, so she just stood in her way.
48-36 in favor of Sterling. A minute 50 to go. Sterling might be just that close to the first girls' championship, an unbeaten season, and what a raft of memories they'll have. Grubner missing. Underneath, whistle, and a foul, and it's on Nancy Roth, her third. So we walk to the other end of the court. A minute 39 at that end of the floor. Most of the Sterling High fans, they're all up and shouting and waving. Karen McKenzie at the line. 5 points. Rebound underneath the Simmering. Over to Grubner. Minute 36 to go. Grubner. Over to Tammy Brown. Back to Grubner. Rebound, Joe Leishman. Pass down the floor to March Harris. Back out to Leishman. Back out to Don Smith to Leishman. It's a game of keep away now for Sterling. McKenzie. Fouled by Grubner. McKenzie up the line.
Shooting 1-1.
Sterling has just about got the trophy case built to put that number 1 trophy in by now. 1:11 to go. 12-point lead, make it 13. Yes, I think you are number 1. I think you are.
Just a few moments ago, it was 3. I mean, just about 2 minutes ago on the clock. What a spurt Sterling made.
It was 37-34, and Sterling has run off 13 points to 3.
That's right.
For Washington. Out of bounds, the ball belongs to the Panthers.
And March Harris was the igniter. She made the 2 quick baskets.
Lit the fuse and literally exploded all over Washington. Grebner out of the corner. Can't buy one now. Rebound McKenzie. Coming out of the backcourt against some heavy pressure. Leshman, 55 seconds. 53. 51-50. A 14-point lead for Sterling. They've got it won. 50-36. A game of keep away for the state champions. The crowd loves it. Well, some of the crowd. In the corner to March Harris, Fran Smith, Joe Leshman, Karen McKenzie. 21 seconds.
A very effective stall.
And a foul on Linda Launer, and that'll be her 5th.
Tom, you can't hear anything in here. Sterling knows they're going to be the first girls state champions, and they're undefeated to boot.
That's it. You're right.
They say the new end first. And with the young squad they've got, it may not be their last.
Probably not. Now with Fran Smith standing at the line, Jolene Leshman, just a sophomore, Fran Smith, a junior, Karen McKenzie, a junior, believe me.
They're going to miss the explosiveness of March Harris. But they've got a solid team to build around.
(52-36). Traveling called against Jane Grebner. Foul will be called against Washington. Jane Grebner, her 3rd. Joe Leshman with 9 points. Rebound is off to Schaefer. Simmering, 7 seconds. They're counting it down. Grebner hits it. The game is over. And Horton Fieldhouse is a bit of a madhouse. Sterling has won it. Pandemonium. 52-38. A magnificent victory for the unbeaten Golden Girls of Sterling. Are they having a picnic? They're going to have the trophy presentation, of course, but believe me, it's going to be a moment or two. A deafening roar from the other end of the floor. We're number 1. Sterling shouting, and the Washington team coming by in turn, each to congratulate the other. Tears flowing. It's really a very dramatic sight. And for Sterling, of course, they couldn't be happier. It'll be just a moment as they're lining up the two teams. And there's a fan high, ripping off the net. They'll be presented, of course, to the winning team, Sterling. 52-38 was that final score. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the big moment. Time to crown the first girls state champions in the state of Illinois. And for the ceremonies, here's Harry Fitzhugh, the Executive Secretary of the Illinois High School Association.
Thank you. And now the big moment has arrived to crown the first ever IHSA Girls State Basketball Champion. Dr. Nicholas Manis, the principal of Niles West High School and Vice President of the Board of Directors of the Illinois Association, will present player awards and team awards to these two excellent teams. He will be assisted by Miss Cindy Adams of the IHSA staff, who is in charge of the girls basketball program, and Mr. Don Mellon, the principal of Pittsfield High School, and Mr. Ray Collier, principal of Roar East High School and treasurer of the association. Dr. Manis.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great deal of pleasure on behalf of the Illinois High School Association, its 834 member schools, to present the awards to the first and second place teams. We have just witnessed the first championship game in what I hope is a long, long series of girls basketball champions in Illinois. Now, prior to the presentation, I would like to thank and congratulate all the athletes, the coaches, the officials, our IHSA staff, our Girls Basketball Advisory Committee, and ISU and WGN-TV for putting on just a sensational tournament. So congratulations and thank you to all these individuals. And now, may I have Coach Smith of the Washington Panthers come forward, please. Coach, on behalf of the Illinois High School Association, I want to present to you this medallion, which signifies the second place. A very fine team. Congratulations to you, and we have medallions here for you, team members. And now the captain or captains of the Washington Panthers, please come forward. Captain, on behalf of the Illinois High School Association, I'd like to present to you the runner-up trophy in the first ever, and I hope, as I said, a long series of girls basketball tournaments in the state of Illinois. Congratulations, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would the Golden Warriors coach, the Golden Warriors undefeated championship team, Coach Strong, please come forward. Coach, on behalf of the Illinois High School Association, I would like to congratulate you for not only being undefeated, but being the first championship in girls Illinois basketball. Congratulations. We also have medallions for each member of your team. And now we're those captains of the Golden Warriors. Girls, on behalf of the Illinois High School Association, it gives me a great deal of pleasure and personal honor to present to you the first Girls State Basketball Championship. And here are the nets. Congratulations, Golden Warriors.
Thank you, Nick. And thank all of you for your attention, your attendance, and your support. And as you leave for home, please drive carefully. We'd like to see you back again next year. Good night.
Thank you. There's the presentation. Now let's switch to Tournament Central.
Thank you, Tom. How sweet it is, that thing called victory. We're going to meet the champions just as soon as we can round them up off the floor, so we'll be back.
Against Jane Grebner.
The best place to find a complete selection of brand name tools is at the nation's hardware headquarters, your nearest True Value hardware store. Right now, you'll get a free crescent slip joint pliers when you buy this Lufkin 25-foot tape measure. Get both for $6.75. This Rayco utility cabinet is True Value priced at $9.50. And a Master Mechanic brand flat top toolbox with a tote tray is only $6.50 at participating True Value hardware stores. True Value, more than just a name, it's our way of doing business.
Well, this is quite a night, really, in the history of Illinois High School Association athletics. We've just seen the first ever girls' state championship decided. I said a bit earlier tonight, it's a shame they didn't have one trophy that said number one. They could have given it to everybody because, quite frankly, both Sterling and Washington, either would have made a real great champion. Sterling, obviously, the best basketball team tonight when they had to be, and Washington made them prove they were the best basketball team, as they never gave up, fought from behind constantly most of the evening, and actually came to within 3 points at one time in that game, 37-34. And then I guess, as Rick Talley said, March Harris kind of took charge, just exploded, and led Sterling to the victory. It is a night in history for the Illinois High School Association. The night, of course, when the first statewide girls basketball champions were decided. And now we've got word, just about ready for the interview with the winners. Here they are, Sterling's Golden winners.
All right, these are the state champions from Sterling, the Golden Girls, the Golden Warriors. Come on over here. Coach Sue Strong is trying to pass the medallions out so everybody looks good. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Tell us how you feel about this team and how proud you are to win this first state championship.
They're just absolutely the most fabulous team around, really. They've been working all year. They've been working together as a team, and that's been the key to it. They've got they're not selfish. They work together. It's balanced scoring, balanced defense. It's just super. They're not in it for themselves. They're in it for them all. It's togetherness.
Well, I think that's what the word is, team, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It definitely is team. I'm just so excited I don't know what to say.
Well, when you came here with this group, did you think they would be state champions tonight?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. No, they've been working hard all year long, and we've been taking one game at a time constantly, and that's been our philosophy. And, we didn't predict ahead. We took finger and took care of them, and then moved on to the next competition, and didn't take this team for granted at all. Come in here, and you got to play ball, and you can't worry about whether they're good. You got to come in there and meet them.
Well, that's just what I want to do now, is meet some of these young ladies. All right. This is Marge Harris. You came out of nowhere to score a couple of big baskets. How do you feel about it all?
Pretty happy right now. I'm just happy.
Were you confident?
Yeah, I was confident. I never lose confidence.
You think you can bring it? You can come back and win it again?
I think they can. Yeah, I won't be here.
You won't be here. That's
But
right.
they can.
All right, Dawn Smith, congratulations. You made a couple of big baskets this afternoon and again tonight. Tell us a little about this team and your teammates.
It's a great team, the best team. And, this year, we're seniors this year, and when we were freshmen, the Strong said we'd be here, and we did it. That's right. We did it.
You're the two seniors, and certainly congratulations. That's a big trophy. All right, real quickly, we want to get a comment from some of the others. Give me, I know your name, Fran Smith. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you. How about this team?
Great. Fantastic.
All right, let's hear some more names. Joe Lessman, congratulations. Smile at that camera over there. There they are. That's really a lovely outfit you have. I got to move along. Congratulations, Karen McKenzie.
Yep.
Say something.
What can I say?
I don't know. What can you say?
We're great.
I know you're good. Let's hear from everybody. What's your name?
Sue Wood.
Sue Wood.
Sherry Davis. Terry Chapman. Dory Eversole. Amy Eshelman.
Amy Eshelman, yes.
Karen Underzuber. Teresa Geiger.
Who we got? Do we miss anybody? Who'd we miss?
Our manager.
Well, we're just about out of time. I want to talk a minute with Mr. McKenzie. Congratulations to you.
Very much.
You left us. You left as a men's basketball coach because you were going to get ulcers. What did this do to you?
One, but I don't know now. I may have it back in, but I'll thank my daughters, I guess, for giving me this opportunity.
Well,
a great bunch of girls.
All right. Congratulations again to all of you. A great state championship team.
Thank you.
All right. Once again, our congratulations, as I said, to these champs. They all played super basketball. They deserve the honor. Let's go back to Tournament Central.
We'll take just a moment to run down the official book and give you a look at the scoring. Fran Smith had 14 points to lead the Sterling team, and Dawn Smith had 13. 9 points to March Harris and Joe Lessman, and 7 points to Karen McKenzie. And for Washington, the scoring, Jane Grebner had 8 points. Linda Launer had 8. 14 to Nancy Roth. Glenda Simmering had 6, and Bettina Schaefer had 2. Sterling led 14-6 at the end of the first quarter. They led 26-16 at the half. They led by only 4 at 34-30 at the end of 3 quarters of play. Actually led by 3 at 37-34, and then March Harris took Sterling to the championship with some great basketball in the closing minutes of the ball game. It's great to be a winner. Quite frankly, in 2 days, I didn't see a loser. The first statewide girls basketball tournament in the history books, but if I could speak for the entire coverage team, let me say it's the kind of an event we're going to remember for a long time to come. Truly packed with emotion and excitement, and the type of event where you feel that you're a part of the keen competition. Quite frankly, we all look forward to the next one.
And now, this is Rick Talley, along with Tom Kelly and Ann Pinstone, saying so long. This telecast was brought to you by Illinois Bell.